All right, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the hopeful elect and the rest of the 144,000. Or peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I'm going to do a quick video on the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin. It was 3 days ago. I think I fell asleep on it. You know, it was a good interview. You know, first portion of it, Putin was going into the history of Russia. All right, you know, going into the history of it all the way back. You know, about 1,300 years ago, or thereabouts. You know, 1,200, over 1,000 years ago. And, you know, a lot can happen within that time with power exchange, land transference, and you know, and all those things are key, and is an important talking point when you see the whole Russian Ukrainian so-called war. All right, because Ukraine, that area, is a part of Russia, and he said something, and we're gonna prove it simply. You know, Lord willing, is edifying. So let's get to what he said.
During decades, the Poles were engaged in Polonization of this part of the population.
Yeah, Polonization of that part of the population, right? So instilling and imposing Polish customs and practices and languages.
They introduced their language there, tried to entrench the idea that this population was not exactly Russians, that because they lived on the fringe, they were Ukrainians. Originally, the word Ukrainian meant that a person was living on the outskirts of the state, along the fringes, or was engaged in a border patrol service. It didn't mean any particular ethnic group. So the Poles were trying to, in every possible way, to colonize this part of the Russian lands, and actually treated it rather harshly, not to say cruelly.
Right, so you can see how you go in there, right, and there's a area with a certain particular people in there. And you're trying to convince that particular people that they're separate people. All right. So for whatever reason, maybe it was because they wanted a foothold near Russia. Right. That's exactly why. That's why the NATO was trying to get Ukraine to join them so they can be on Russian doorstep. And then you come and you bring equipment to better spy or have better surveillance, or or you bring weaponry, so just in case you can there's a problem, you'll have weapons close by. So when you look up, I looked up Ukraine on the Edom, right? You look up Ukraine, right? By 1670s, from Russian or Polish Ukraina, a specific use of Ukraina border frontier, according to Room from Old Russia, Ukraina from Ubai at Kraj region. He also notes that the territory was so called because it was the borderland or frontier zone of medieval Russia at the time of the Tatar invasion in the 13th century. So that area is Russian land. It's just the frontier, basically meaning it's the edge, right? The way California would be the western frontier of America. All right. Texas, the southern edge, the southern frontier. All right. Florida, the southern. All right. Maine, the east, the northeastern. So it's just at the edge. It says Ukraine was formerly also known as Little Russia, so called by contrast with Great Russia, when the medieval principality here became separated from the mainstream Tsarist Russia as a result of the Mongol invasion, right? So that's why they you know, when they was going into the politics of it, half of the people wanted to be with Russia and the other half wanted to be with so-called the powers of the West. Russia is the main language spoken. They share all of these common commonalities, if you will, with Russia because they are indeed Russian, right? So when you grab the scriptures, matter of fact, let me get it in this app. It says, this is Ezekiel 38 and 3. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back. Matter of fact, oh, that ain't what I want. Hold on. That's good, though. Okay. Start from the top. My bad. Ezekiel 38 and 1. And the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Gog, right? The land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So when you look up Gog or Goag, all right, the prophetic prince of Rush, all right, which that's Russia. All right, Meshach and Tubal and Magog. All right, now let's look up Magog. Now, originally these were the sons of Japhet. All right, but that landmass that Japhet originally upheld, today the Russians are in there, and this applies to them. So when you see Magog is land of God, because the prefix Ma in the Hebrew means from or of. So you got Gog, which is Russia, and you got Magog, which is they that are of Russia or they that are from Russia. So Ukraine will be part of that. They're of Gog, or they're from Magog. It says, verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Right. So the Lord said, I'm going to put hooks in your jaws and turn you back. So the Lord mustereth the host of the battle. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua works on the minds of these kings, all right, of these presidents, of these leaders, of these senators, all right, to pass his legislation and, you know, to act in accord with his plan. All right. So when you look at Putin, you know, he's a polished individual. You know, he's well spoken. You know, he's articulate. He's somewhat of a historian. The way he broke that, when you watch the interview, the way he was breaking everything down, like he's very coherent. He knows what's going on, unlike some other people who lead countries. All right, and he got this air of diplomacy about him. He's diplomatic. It seems as though, right? It seems as though he's trying to play ball and play fair. All right, but the Lord said, I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army. So the Lord gonna put it on him to, like, you know what? We just got to fight. We got to go to war now. All right, jump to verse 5. It says, matter of fact, I'll keep reading. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Right. And it's no coincidence that they got the number one nuclear missile capability. Verse 5, Persia, and maybe, you know, that's too much of a threat for America. That's why this whole Ukraine thing is a big deal. Let us get a foothold over there. Let's see what they doing over there. Because how they got the number one nuclear missile capability. Let me, my bad, before some. Okay. It says, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, and modern day Persia is Iran. All right. Persia is Iran. Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands. All right. And many people with thee. Let's look up Gomer and Togarmah. Gomer. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Togarmah, territory set up by the Armenia. I believe Togarmah is Turkey. Let's look up modern day Gomer. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll get that after I get these. It says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. So it's telling Gog and Magog, the prince chief of the house of Meshach and Tubal, which is Russia, right? They're the chief of all of those various different people, because they got all those little bitty countries and we're this and we're that, but Russia's the chief of them over there, of the USSR, right? Russia's the chief. But it's telling them to arm yourself and arm those people with you too. And that's what you see Russia has been doing. All right. The countries and the people that they are in league with, they are arming them. All right. They're giving them provision. It says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So be a guard unto them. All right. See, Russia prevents Western powers from behaving the way they want to behave because there are alliances with those other small countries with Russia. So they know that if they do this, then this is going to involve Russia and this is going to, because Russia is a guard unto them. Now, when you let's look at the BRICS. These are the new BRICS nations: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates, right? So it said when it says Persia is modern day Iran, and it said Ethiopia too. Now these are the new ones as of January 1st, 2024. Let's see who are there in total. Let me see. Okay, you got Brazil, China, India, Russia, South Africa, Bangladesh, Belarus, Egypt, Ethiopia, Algeria, Bahrain, Bolivia, all right, Honduras, and these in the South America. Bolivia and Honduras, Iran, which is Persia, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Cuba, Palestine, and Thailand. All right. And it could be others, but those are the ones that Russia is going to be a guard unto. All right. All right. Let's see something. Let me see something. Tomorrow coming is Russia and China. Yeah, it's Russia, man. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna They got a map right here. Yeah. See, they got the Togomar, right? It's just Turkey over here. You got Goma right there. See, Armenia. Then you got Armenia right there. Georgia. All these little, you got Iran right there. With that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Hopefully, elect all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakodash, Shalom.